Hey guys, so I'm sorry for the craziness and the way that I look and everything. I was in the ER last night because I got punched in the head by a patient. So last night was a little rough. Um, they gave me muscle relaxers and everything else in the ER, and then I was home by like 11. I went into work early and I was home by around 11, but basically as soon as I came home I knocked out. So I'm just making a salad for lunch, and I wanted to tell you guys about the first time that I had a resident fall while they were under my care. Um, because I've had people ask me like how to deal with it and how I've dealt with it if I've ever had anybody fall. Yes, I have had 2 falls in the 2 years that I've been a CNA. Of my people. You know, obviously there's been other people that I've worked with who their residents or patients have fallen, but my patients or residents, as far as just me, I have had two that were my responsibility. So the very first fall that I had, I was caring for a resident. This was at my very first CNA job. I was caring for a resident who lived on the memory care unit, and she obviously had Alzheimer's. And normally when I worked there, I worked evening shift, but this day that this happened, I was covering a night shift because someone had called off, or I just picked up the shift. So I didn't normally work night shift, but plenty of times I covered for people on night shift. So it was in the morning, so towards the end of the shift, I was trying to help her get ready to get up. Well, not really get up, but get dressed and stuff like that. And I was getting her clothes out of her closet. So this lady could actually stand up and walk. But you know, she needed somebody to be there to supervise and kind of help her because her gait was a little unsteady, and so she basically just needed like the extra support. So you know, I didn't have her standing up or anything. She was sitting on the edge of the bed, and I literally, like, her bed was right here, her closet was right at the end of her bed. She was sitting at the end of her bed, she was drinking water, and I literally stepped one step this way to get the clothes that I had hanging on her closet door. Because what I do at night is, if I know that I need to get somebody dressed or get them up in the morning, I like to set their clothes up sometime throughout the night when I'm checking on them, so then I have everything ready for the morning. Well, anyway, I had her clothes hanging on her closet door, the outside, not the inside, and I literally stepped this way to grab the hangers with the clothes on it off the closet door so that I could bring them over and help her get dressed. And within those few seconds, like, I kid you not, it was maybe 10-15 seconds that I was this way grabbing her clothes and about to come back, when she somehow stood up and slipped and fell right on her butt. And I was so scared. I was so freaked out because obviously it was my very first fall, and I'm thinking, oh my God, is this lady okay? Is she really badly hurt? Does she need to go to the hospital? What is going to happen? And am I going to get in trouble? You know, what did I do wrong? I was just blaming myself so much for everything that happened, and I was really worried about her. Obviously, I sat there with her. I called out in the hallway for the other CNA to get the nurse, and you know, I stayed there with her to try to calm her down, because obviously, you know, when you fall, you freak out a little bit. And the nurse came in and did like a little assessment of her to see how she was doing and all that, and took her vitals. And basically the nurse told me that she had it handled and that I could go get up the rest of my people, and that I needed to write an incident report about what happened and, you know, what I was doing at the time that she fell. And so basically that's what I did. I went about my morning getting the rest of my people dressed and getting up the people who needed to be up. But I just felt so bad, like it was awful. And I think it makes it worse because she had Alzheimer's, so she didn't know what she was doing, and it just made me feel even worse about it. Because as a CNA, you're supposed to be protecting your patients and making sure they're okay and making sure that they're still breathing. So, you know, obviously she was still breathing. She was okay. She had some bruising on her like bottom because she fell on her bottom. She was okay. I don't think they ended up sending her out to the hospital or anything like that, but it was just such a stressful experience. And I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're a new CNA, there is a 98% chance that you will have a fall sometime within your career. If you never have a fall, then you're obviously doing a fantastic job. But with the huge patient ratios that we have, there is like little to no chance that you will never have a fall throughout your career. You would have to be like Superwoman or Superman, like in all these different rooms at the same time, making sure that everybody is safe and everybody is, you know, doing what they're supposed to be doing and not getting up without assistance or, you know, all that stuff. But I do want to say, if somebody does fall, make sure that you write down exactly what happened, when it happened, when, you know, you were last in the room with the person, when you last toileted them, you know, how were they the last time you checked on them if you were not in the room when they fell. If they have like mats on the floor, you have to make sure that you mention that those are there or they weren't there. Be honest, because at one of the facilities that I've worked at in the past, this nurse was trying to tell me like all these things that I needed to write in my report that didn't actually happen, and it really, really bothered me. And I'm really glad that I don't work for this facility anymore because I didn't like the way that they tried to cover things up. So yeah, I just wanted to share that experience with you guys. I'll make another video like talking about more about what to do if it actually happens where one of your patients or residents does fall during your shift while you're taking care of them. Or if you find a resident on the floor, even if it's not your resident, what to do, how to react, what not to do, and more specific tips about like writing out incident reports and things like that. My number one tip for that, I'll just tell you right now, is going to be honest and write down exactly what happened, what you witnessed. So anyways, that's it. I just wanted to share with you guys that little story. Yeah, so that was my first of two falls in 2 years. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys learned something or found this story to be interesting. Like I said, the resident was fine. I don't believe she got sent out to the hospital or anything like that. But just make sure that you're watching your residents, and, you know, maybe before you sit somebody up on the edge of the bed, you should have the clothes already there, which is what I do now. Just because I learned from that, I don't want to have it happen again on my watch. So, with that being said, that's all I have for right now. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you guys again soon.